Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants and the final game of the season at home to QPR. It sounds quite straightforward at home to QPR, but it's anything but, to tell you the truth. As you can see, QPR is in 8th in the league, just 3 points behind us. And they have a plus 23 goal difference as well, so they're actually a good team. And it's definitely not a guaranteed win for us, that is for sure. As you can see from the league table here, Top 4 is officially over, unfortunately, but we're still chasing down a 5th place finish. We could end the season as low as 8th if we lose to QPR here today. So of course, they'll leapfrog us. They have a better goal difference than us. Also, we're on the same points as West Ham, only 2 points above Chelsea. So it could be absolutely disastrous coming into the season. Also, as I mentioned before there, although top 4 is over with now, I think we might get Champions League football if we finish 5th in the league. If you actually look at the coefficients here, for the 2033 season, which we're in currently, it did come off my inbox that England are leading the way in terms of the coefficients over Germany. And if we get if we win the race basically for the coefficient race, I think 5th place get Champions League football. I might be completely wrong, but I really do hope that is the case. As long as we finish 5th, of course. If we don't finish 5th, I don't really care, to be honest, but I really don't want to play Europa League again. I have a love-hate relationship with the Europa League here in the series. Knocked out in the quarter-final, 2 seasons on the bounce. Absolutely shocking. So if we get Champions League football, obviously that's better in the first place. Champions League than Europa League, but it'd be nice to get a little bit of a change as well. But who knows what could happen. I'm actually very nervous about this episode because, as I said, QPR are a good team. We're only above them by 3 points, so... But we've got home advantage. That should count for something, I hope. And hopefully, 5th place will get us Champions League football. We shall see. Also, last season we had problems with the FFP. We've got problems with the FFP again. This, as you can see here, financial status is in debt. We are not looking very good with our finances, despite securing 2 6th place finishes on the bounce, and also could finish 5th this season as well. Financially, we're still not in a great position, to be honest. It'd be nice if we got taken over by a sugar daddy. That'd be very nice, wouldn't it? But unfortunately not. But yeah, if you look at the FFP here, we was actually expected to fall into administration for next season. It actually came off my inbox. Portsmouth may enter administration. But as you can see here, it's green now. So it looks like we're going to pass the FFP for the Premier League. But it looks like we're going to fail the FFP for the Europa League or for the European competitions. But as what happened last season, it didn't take into consideration the prize money we would get from the Premier League. So I'm not really worried about this. I'm pretty sure that we will pass FFP for both the Premier League and the European competitions once we get the prize money for the Premier League. I don't know why they don't really include it already here, to be honest, because obviously the lowest we can finish is 8th, which is, I'm not entirely sure how much money we'll get. Yeah, 8th in the league will get £25.1 million, and obviously finish 5th in the league will get £30.9 million. That will be enough to see us pass the FFP. So I don't know why I'm saying we're going to fail, because obviously if we do get the prize money for the Premier League, which we will do. Obviously, we'll get the prize money. Then we will not fail FFP. But it's a slight worry seeing this come up every single season, to be honest. Never really happened to me before. So hopefully we can get some sort of good financial stability in the future. We shall see about that. Anyway, only played 2 games since the last episode, I think. And it went all right. We beat Watford at home 4-1 very comfortably. Didn't start off too well, though. We went 1-0 down after 5 minutes for a goal from Curtis Jones. After that point, though, it was just one-way traffic the entire game. We could have scored about 8 goals in this game, and Coric scored 4 goals in this game. Well, actually, Coric scored 6 goals in this game, but he had 2 of them disallowed. So he is officially back, which is absolutely fantastic. He went missing for about 4 or 5 games, but 4 or 5 the most important games of the season went missing. That's convenient, isn't it? But he came back against Watford. He scored 4 goals against them. Unfortunately, though, we dropped points away to Nottingham Forest. We drew this game 3-3. Which was rather annoying, it has to be said, because we dominated this game. The fact that we conceded 3 goals in the game is just, well, absolutely terrible, to be honest. We went 1-0 and 2-1 down in the game. We finally took the lead in the second half, but they got a goal back and drew the game 3-3. I did go for the win, but unfortunately that 4th goal didn't come, but we should have won the game. If we won this game, we'll be 2 points clear of West Ham right now. And who knows, a draw would be enough for us to secure 5th place, so... If we beat QPR, though, it won't matter, but drawing away to Nottingham Forest was not great, it has to be said. Obviously, it's been a poor end to the season. We crashed out the Europa League. We also crashed out the FA Cup 3rd round as well. And we crashed out the Carabao Cup. So, this is our only chance, really, to save something from the season. If 5th place does get Champions League football, if we can secure Champions League football, then the season will go down as some sort of success. but I am still a bit livid from how he crashed out from the Europa League, it has to be said. Again, 2 seasons in a row out in the quarter-final. Absolutely shocking. But anyway, without further ado then, let's get to this game. Final game of the season at home to QPR. And in terms of the team sheet, we've got Lopez in goal, Booth right back, and Aquia left back, Alphonse and El Idrissi centre backs. Then we've got Iliev, Moreno and Acosta in midfield, Rocha on the right wing, Edson on the left wing, and Koric up front. Unfortunately, Guevara is missing the final game of the season. He has sprained his knee ligaments again. I think this is the 6th time he's done this now. It's not looking good for him. 5th time he's done now. He's sprained his knee ligaments. Obviously, it's a major injury, and it's caused him a lot of grief, to be honest. His stamina hasn't gone down this time. Last time he got it injured, he was out for effectively 4 or 5 months. 3 back-to-back injuries. His stamina went down from 16 to 13. Got it back to 17. It's not gone down now, but as you can see, his bravery has gone down as well. I wonder what it was before his bravery. Yeah, his bravery was 13. Now it's gone down to 11. So not a massive jump, but still a jump. And Guevara is a little bit of a liability with his injuries, it has to be said. And he's a wanted man as well. Wanted by Newcastle and Tottenham. His value has decreased massively, by the way. Massively. 18.5 to 24 million is disgraceful. So I would not sell him for such a disgusting price. But yeah, I'm getting tempted to sell Guevara now, to be honest, because of his injury problems. But anyway, he is the only... Well, and De Jong as well. I'm sorry. De Jong is out as well. He misses the final game of the season. So De Jong and Guevara are out injured, unfortunately. But the team we've got out here should be good enough to beat QPR. But as I said, QPR are a dangerous team. They've got a dangerous striker as well. So I am very, very nervous for this game. I just hope we win it and finish as high as we can in 5th in the league. That would be nice. Before we get started with this final game of the season, guys, please remember that if you do like the video, hit that like button for me. It's very important for the video's success. And also, if you're new around here, only 8 more subscribers away from that magic 1,000 mark. That is absolutely fantastic. If you could help me out and get into that lovely mark, that'd be much appreciated. Let's get going then. I'm very nervous. We concede loads of early goals as well. Defensively, we are shambolic. It has to be said. Absolutely shambolic. We need to sort this out going into next season because it's clearly nowhere near good enough. Very nervous about this game. We're not in good form. QPR are a good team. How's their form? Well, their form's amazing. Look at that. They're unbeaten in at least the last 5 games. They've won 4 in a row as well. Cox is a very good striker. Lewis Potter always seems to score against me as well. So, yeah, I'm absolutely pooping myself. If we finish the season in 8th place, this season will go down as a disaster. The only hope we've got here is that we finish 5th in the league. The last 2 seasons we finished 6th in the league. Can we get a little bit of progression here and possibly qualify for the Champions League as well? Anyway, you know how I said that we concede a lot of early goals? This is not a great start for us, is it? This is not very promising at all. Look at that. Oh my word, lovely. What was that, 14 seconds? 14 seconds. Oh my word, this defence is honestly absolutely shambolic. What a lovely start to this crunch match in the season. From kickoff, they have scored. Wow. What was the exact time? Was it 15 seconds? 15 seconds to hit the back of the net. What a lovely start to the game. What a lovely start to the game. And Koric is carrying a knock now as well. That's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. As I said, defensively, we are absolutely shambolic defensively. Absolutely shambolic. You know what? The high press is going in there. Trigger press much more often as well. Yeah, my nerves have just gone completely out the window now. Completely out the window. What a disgusting start to the match. Absolutely terrible. That goalkeeper is filth, by the way, Lopez. He's a terrible end to the season. The defenders are no better either. Just, wow. Wow. Can this season get any worse than this? Can it get any worse than this? Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Well, we've seen one highlight in the game so far, straight from kickoff, and we have got no match for QPR right now. Absolutely terrible. And as it stands, we are down to 7th in the league. 7th in the league. How fantastic. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What a shocking first half of football. What on earth are these players doing, honestly? Wow, can't believe it. Seen one highlight in the game so far. Their goal from 15 seconds. Oh, we got a highlight. Are you sure? Are you sure? A chance? A goal? Are you feeling okay? Wow. Well, you know what? Alphonse, he scored a lot of headed goals this season. I just wish he could defend better. You know, we haven't got him in the team to score goals. Don't get me wrong. It is nice when he scores a headed goal, but I wish he could defend better than he does, to be honest. Anyway, it's 1-1 in the game now. We're back up to 6th in the league, but obviously that's not good enough for Champions League football. I don't even know if 5th is good enough for Champions League football, but I'm just guessing. Koric, another poor game today. He's been inconsistent at the end of the season, has to be said. Yes, he scored 4 goals against Watford, but other than that, he hasn't done much, to be honest. And Akwia's had a poor game as well. We'll bring on a Delson for him. And Andre on for Acosta as well. We've got another corner here. Aim for Alphonse the Giant. Look at the size of him. Come on, Alphonse. El Idrissi this time. Get in there. The 2 centre-backs. The 2 centre-backs have got us back in the game here. Get in. Get in. You know what? The defensive line can go back. We'll keep the high press and trigger press much more often, but they can go back a little bit. Wow. The 2 centre-backs are saving us in this game as it stands, and we're back up to 5th in the league. Long way to go yet, though. Oh, now they've got a corner. Lewis Potter to take it. Oh, my word. What a save from Lopez. What a save from Lopez. Lewis Potter, like, he's not even a very good player, but he always just gives me so much nerves every time I see his name, because he always does something against me. Always does something against me. Courage on a yellow card, not playing particularly well either. Let's bring on Bruno for him. You know, Rocha can come off as well, and we'll bring on Gonzalez. I'm also going to put the mid-block back in there as well. Go a little bit more pragmatic here. It's only 2-1 though. 18 minutes to go. Here is Rocha with the ball. Gone for a corner. Looking dangerous from corners in this game. 2 goals from corners. Can we get a 3rd goal from corners? Aim for the centre-backs. Edson with the corner. Oh. Comes back to Andre though. Andre shoots. Oh, he hits the bar. Lovely effort from Andre. Lovely effort from Andre, that. Still on the highlight here. Come on, let's get a 3rd goal. Let's kill him off completely. Been much better second half from us, this. Much better second half. And what? Andre's through on goal. He's only scored 1 goal for us, I think. And that's why he's got only 1 goal for us, because it finishes like that. 10 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go now. Oh no, don't you do it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't give away a penalty. Oh, for goodness sake, honestly. Oh. Go to VAR, but yeah, it's given, isn't it? It's given. Jesus Christ. Defensively, as I said, absolutely shambolic. Well, we're below Chelsea in the league now. 6th again. Well done. Really well done. Can this season get any worse than that? Oh, my word. I say defensively we're shambolic. If it wasn't for our 2 centre-backs today, it would have been a loss, wouldn't it? But yeah, I was kind of expecting that, so I'm not really that angry. This season's been a write-off again. It's 6th place again, 3 seasons in a row. Don't get me wrong, it's not too bad finishing 6th with Portsmouth when we got one of the lowest budgets in the league, but I'd like to see some progression now, to be honest, and the fact that we've finished 6th 3 seasons in a row is disgraceful. And also, I think that's cost us Champions League football, to be honest. I think that's cost us Champions League football. That's going to make it even more disgusting, isn't it? Even more disgusting. Chelsea won 3-0 against Nottingham Forest, so we're below them on goal difference. West Ham lost, fortunately for us, so we didn't finish 7th in the league. And obviously we drew at home to QPR, but can't really blame just this game. It's not been good enough this season, to be honest. Got less points than last season as well. Last season we got to 70 points. It's not saying that they've got Champions League football, but I'm pretty sure they do get Champions League football. Yeah, because it's saying we're qualified for the Europa Conference League. That's clearly not right, is it? Who's in the final of the FA Cup? Brentford. And how Brentford in the final of the FA Cup? You see how bad they've been in the league. 12 points, 2 wins, 6 draws and 30 losses. Surely Arsenal are going to win that FA Cup final. Can't believe they didn't win the league title as well, Arsenal. Look how good we were doing in the season, though. This is how poor the season's been. You think at one point I was talking that we might actually be able to pick up a title challenge, and we finished 16 points off Man City in the end. He finished top of the league, so yep, 3 seasons in a row, 6th place, unfortunately for us. Yeah, not good, not good. Got 63 points 2 seasons ago. Last season we got 70 points, and this season we got 67 points. So not really too much progression going on here. As I said, let's not moan too much. 6th is not too bad with a team with one of the lowest budgets in the league, but I thought this might be the season we cracked to the top 4, to be honest. But unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. 53 goals conceded is obviously just way, way too much. Way too much. That is where our problems lie, because goals scored, 72, is good. 72 goals scored is good. Second best attack in the league. It's not amazing, but it's definitely good. But we need to knock off at least 10 goals off that conceded column there. At least 10 goals. And even then, it won't be that good, would it? But 53 goals conceded. That is mid-table defence. That is a mid-table defence. So, need to try and sort that out. Anyway, I'm just going to go fast forward a little bit here. And to see if Chelsea will actually play Champions League football. Well, I'm going forward a little bit here to see who wins the FA Cup final, see what happens with the continental qualification. Coric, though, he's our first ever player to make it into the Premier League Team of the Year. At least I think he is. Did any other player reach the Premier League Division Player of the Year? Team of the Year, sorry? No, definitely not. So that's a good sign, I guess. Coric in the Team of the Year, very, very nice from him. He also won the English Players Young Player of the Year. 32 goals in 32 games, not too shabby. And he also finished second to Erling Haaland in the top goal scorer list as well. But anyway, let's carry on. Let's see who wins the FA Cup final, Brentford or Arsenal. Also, the board have set the initial budgets for next season, giving us the most transfer budget we've ever received of 64.65 million. That's quite nice. But the wage budget is not looking that great. £1.5 million per week. It only keeps us 81k under the wage budget. I'll adjust that a little bit then. There you go, 57 million to spend, 218k in the wage budget. It looks much better, doesn't it? See, it's just a bit confusing, isn't it? They're saying we're qualified for the Europa Conference League here, but now the board has tell us that they're happy that we're qualified for the Europa League. Let's just confirm it, go to the FA Cup final, and let's see what happens. Look at this disgusting piece and lose as well. Brighton have just won the Europa League. Did they get relegated, Brighton? They did. They got relegated and won the Europa League. That should be us right now. That should be us right now. Unfortunately, it was not, though. Disgusting. Disgusting. Look at this as well. All the losers coming up here, look. Board announced new stadium plans will go ahead. Construction of Jimmy Dickinson Arena. Jimmy Dickinson. Who's Jimmy Dickinson? Apparently he's a Portsmouth legend. Any Portsmouth fans watching here, let me know who is Jimmy Dickinson. New 41,257 capacity. Excited to see that. So it cost us £99 million. That's why I've got no money at the club. So spending a lot of money on Jimmy Dickinson Arena. And that will be completed by the end of 2035. So... well, yeah, we will. The way the series is going, we'll definitely see this stadium in play. Its build start date is 17th of May, so 2 days ago. And yeah, it'll be completed in 2 years' time. So looking forward to seeing that at Jimmy Dickinson Arena. Well, Arsenal just won the FA Cup final. They beat Brentford 3-0. At the moment, it's not saying anything about Chelsea playing Champions League football. So maybe I was wrong, but to be honest, I'm over it already. I already had this season down as a write-off. It just seems like 6th place is our position. That's just all we can hope for is 6th place in the league. 3 times in a row, 6th place in the league. Not good enough. Not good enough. We should have some progression now. We should be in the top 4. But anyway, next season will be the season. We'll crack the top 4 next season. But it's finally changed us to playing Europa League football. So will it be 3rd time lucky next season in the Europa League? Well, I'm not going to bank on it. Let me tell me that much. I'm not going to bank on it. Also, this is very interesting. Wages to turnover ratio in the Premier League. As you can see here, we are bottom of this list, so it's not very good viewing for us, is it? Wages is £93 million, turnover is £367 million, so wages to turnover is 25%. So yeah, we're basically just punching above our weight, aren't we? Really, we're punching above our weight, really are. But that's the thing. If we could just punch a little bit more above our weight, we'd get in the Champions League, wouldn't we? We'd get in the Champions League, and you know, look at the players we could attract, look at the money we'll bring in as well, but just can't seem to bridge that gap, it seems. 3 seasons on the bounce, 6th in the league. I know I'm going to qualify in the Champions League eventually. I know I will. Hopefully, it will be next season. Anyway, in talking of next season, let's go and look at my plans for next season. Well, first things first, a goalkeeper could be needed, to be honest. Although Lopez has developed quite nicely this season, you actually look at him here. He developed quite nicely. His composure's gone up by 2 as well, which is nice. And he's getting better by games go past. But you also look at his average rating here. A 6.78 in the league is clearly not good enough. It's not good enough at all. 51 goals conceded in 37 games and only 7 clean sheets. I'm not putting it solely down to him. He's a young goalkeeper and also he's put in some good performances for us as well. But he has been inconsistent, it has to be said. He has been inconsistent. Whether I can find a new goalkeeper now or not is a different question. No Champions League football for us, that is for sure. Whether Chelsea get there or not is a different question. But we're definitely not playing Champions League football. So who can actually bring in to battle out Lopez for the number 1 shirt? I don't know. Vicario, he's 36 now. His contract expires end of the season. I might offer him a new contract for another year as backup. We shall see about that. But yeah, a goalkeeper's not my number 1 priority, but If a goalkeeper comes up who I can sign, who is better than Lopez, then I am definitely looking for a new goalkeeper. In terms of the right back situation, well, again, I've got players here that I'm interested in selling, to be honest. All of our players have got someone after, it seems, to be honest. Got De Jong and Booth as my two right backs for next season. Andy Booth, he's a wanted man. I would be tempted to sell him. The only problem is he's a homegrown player and homegrown at the club as well. So I don't really want to lose my homegrown players. At the end of this season, we'll have 7 homegrown players in the nation, which is great because Moreno and Andaquia will become homegrown in England as well. So I don't really want to sell any homegrown players because it definitely does help for the Europa League and the Champions League. So not actively seeking selling some of the homegrown players unless I can replace them with other homegrown players. But Booth and De Jong, still quite happy with that right back situation, to be honest. The left back situation, again, I'm quite happy with that as well. We've got Andaquia here. We've got Adelson as well and Chino as well. Adelson, I might move him over to be a centre-back, to be honest. I do like him as a centre-back. He's already improved a little bit defensively, so just might play him there for a season, to be honest. Might play him there. He's not the best aerially. He's not the best defensively as well, but he certainly can do that job. He's 6'1". He's got 16 jumping reach as well. Obviously, he's got some decent defending attributes, but that could improve. It could improve. But he's only 19. He'll turn 20 next season, so maybe I'll just stick him as a centre-back. We shall see. Physically, he's very good. And yeah, we shall see about that. But left-back situation, quite happy with that. Chino Andaquia or Adelson Andaquia, doesn't really matter. Well, in terms of the centre-backs, we've got Alphonse, we've got Fafali, and we have got El Idrissi, of course. Also Adelson, if I move him as a centre-back. Alphonse, he's done 3 seasons now with the club. It's his best season in terms of goals scored, but if you look at his average rating here, 6.94, especially with a player who scored 5 goals. Last season, 6.86, season before that, 6.93. He's not really blowing the world alight, is he? Let's be honest. And signing for 38 million. He's a wanted man as well. He's wanted by 11 clubs. You know, Roma in here, Hamburg, Leeds, Nice, Napoli, Wolves, Atletico Madrid, Milan as well. So could set up a nice little bidding war for Alphonse. I would be tempted to sell him, to be honest. I would be tempted to sell Alphonse. Also for Fafali, I would be tempted to sell him as well. But problem with Fafali as well is he's a homegrown player at the club as well. I don't really want to lose those players, as I said. But he hasn't really been good enough in the Portsmouth shirt. He looks very good. And he's also always got lots of teams after him. But he doesn't really do... He got wanted by 23 clubs. 23 clubs after Fafali. Teams as varied as Barcelona to Nottingham Forest. Don't know how Nottingham Forest think they give Fafali. I have no idea what they're talking about. But yeah, Fafali, he's trained at the nation, not trained at the club. But I'll be more interested in selling Alphonse than I would be Fafali, to be honest. And El Idrissi is not for sale. He's had a decent first season for us, has to be said. Not amazing, but a 6.9 average rating. Definitely decent in his first season. So he is one I do not want to sell, that is for sure. El Idrissi and Adelson. Also probably Fafali because he's trained at the trained in the nation. But if I can sell Alphonse and find a centre-back just as good, if not better, then I'll certainly seek that avenue. So I'll probably have to sell a centre-back before I sign one, to be honest. So Alphonse would be the right one to lose, in my opinion. He's not a very quick centre-back, which I kind of want now at the club, to be honest. And Fafali, El Idrissi and Adelson are all quick centre-backs. Fafali is homegrown as well. So Alphonse will be the one to leave, as long as we can find someone to replace him. Well, in terms of the ball-winning midfielder position, we've obviously got Moreno and Guevara there. Guevara is always getting injured. The problem is, though, he's one of the homegrown players at the club as well. So, as I said, I'm not kind of interested in selling those players. But also, Guevara's got serious injury problems. And he's also the highest earner at the club with 89k a week. So, could be tempted to sell Guevara. I really could be tempted to sell Guevara. We shall see about that. But as it stands, those two as ball midfielder, very nice. The box-to-box midfielder, well, Iliev, he's been probably the signing of the summer, to be honest. He's been really, really good at Iliev. Really, really impressed with him. He got an average rating of 7.03 over the season in the league. 27 games, 2 goals, 1 assist as well. Obviously, it'd be nice if he chipped in more goals and assists, but all in all, in his debut season in the Prem, very good. The fact we signed him for 8.25 million as well is very, very nice. He's just turned 21 years of age. He's still developing, so very happy with him as a box-to-box midfielder. Granat is another one I could sell, but again, he is a homegrown player in the nation, so not too interested in selling him. He's decent as a backup option. I think I've given up hope on him becoming a world-class player in the future. That's not going to happen now, but as a backup player, he's all right. He's all right, it has to be said. But to be honest, I could do with selling Paul or Granat. They're both homegrown. Paul is homegrown at the club. Granner is homegrown of the nation, but if I can find someone who's English or homegrown here to replace one of them who's better than them, that could be great, and sell one of them, that would be nice. But Iliev as a box-to-box midfielder, I'm happy with him. Well, in terms of the attacking midfielders, Acosta, he hasn't had the best of seasons. He's had his worst season, actually. 34 games, 6 goals, 3 assists, 6.9 average rating. Didn't really take into consideration, to be honest. Is that what's let us down this season as well? Acosta not firing on all cylinders. Last season, he had the second highest average rating in the league with 7.24, 10 goals and 6 assists in 30 games. This season, almost half the goals and half the assists as well. Been a big drop-off, hasn't it? Been a big drop-off from Acosta, so not very happy with that, but still I'm happy with him as a player, obviously. And also we've got Andre here as well, who's still developing, and he looks like, well, he's technically very gifted, as I said, very gifted technically. Not so gifted physically and mentally, but still good enough, that is for sure. But Acosta and Andre, who knows what could happen in terms of bids, but I'm fairly happy with those two. The right winger situation, well, in my opinion, this is the priority. The priority is the right winger position. Gonzalez, I don't know what on earth has happened to his value, by the way. Everyone's value seems to decrease a lot towards the end of the season, doesn't it? So hopefully it'll increase come start of the season. So Gonzalez, to be honest, I'm starting to get sick of him now. I don't know how many chances I can give him. Look at the state of that. Look, 32 games and a 6.7 average rating. That is not good enough for a Premier League club. Nowhere near good enough. Not a single goal this season in the league. Only 1 assist as well. That is absolutely pathetic from him. Absolutely pathetic. Also, he's not homegrown at the club, Gonzalez. So he is one I could easily sell. Also, Rocha as well, to be honest. He's not homegrown at the club. And I've not been too happy with his performances. I'm not going to sell both of them. But I really think I need a new right winger, to be honest. We've got a class left winger in Edson. We've got a class striker in Koric. We're missing this piece of the jigsaw here on the right wing. Imagine if we can sign an amazing right winger. That could go a long way for us, to be honest. Rocha, he's too inconsistent. Gonzalez is too inconsistent as well. So I really could do with a natural left-footed right winger or a right-footed winger who's naturally a winger, because none of these players are naturally a winger or an inverted winger, and it causes a bit of problems with my tactics, to be honest. So a right winger, probably my priority, to be honest. Probably my priority. Left wing, I'm happy with that. Edson, he fell off towards the end a little bit, but all in all, he had a great season. 10 goals and 16 assists in the league, 26 goal involvements. That is class. 21 assists in total as well, 13 goals in total. It'd be nice if he scored more goals, to be honest, but I guess he makes up for it with 16 assists. That is very, very nice. 7.31 average rating. No problems with Edson on the left wing. He's also still only 21 years of age as well, almost 22. So he is not for sale for any price. Despite us saying 79 million there, he is not going anywhere. And also we've got Guiri as backup. He's 33 now. He's starting to decline, but he's probably got one more season left in him. And with Edson being so good, I think we can afford to have a backup like Guiri there. In terms of the strikers, well, obviously Koric is amazing. He's had an amazing season. He ended the season with 35 goals and 7 assists and 32 goals in 32 games in the league. To be honest, he let us down a bit in the Europa League, didn't he? He played 8 games in the Europa League, 6 starts, only 1 goal and 1 assist with an average rating of 6.71. How does that one work out? He's playing against weaker opposition in the Europa League, but he can't do anything like he can do in the Premier League. 32, a goal a game in the Premier League, but in the Europa League, it's a different story. So, again, what could have happened if Koric turned up for us in the Europa League? You know, it could have been a whole different season, couldn't it? But anyway, let's not moan too much. He's still only 21 as well, Koric. I'm actually surprised to see that. I thought he was about 22, 23, but he's still only 21. And he scored 32 goals in the league in 32 games. He is not for sale for any price. I don't care how much he moans. He is not going anywhere. That is for sure. Neither is Edson. We've got Bruno as backup to Koric as a striker, and to be honest, he's developing very nicely. His finishing is now 19 as well, which is great. He's got 12 composure now. It started off as 10. He can play on the right hand side as well. He's very quick as well. So yeah, I like Bruno. He just won the Europa League Player of the Year as well. He got 10 assists in 8 games, which is very bizarre, isn't it? Very, very bizarre. 10 goals in 8 games for Bruno, 1 in 8 for Koric. Okay. Work that one out. But yeah, Bruno is a player who's definitely developing very nicely, and we can see where the potential lies. So I'm quite happy with the striker situation. Pellegrini could be sold, we shall see. He's still useful as a third choice striker, I guess, but if we've got some money left, maybe I can sign a new left winger to battle out Edson, and Guiri can be our third choice striker. That would be nice. And obviously sign a new right winger as well. But yeah, some places I need to strengthen, that is for sure. Right winger is my main priority, to be honest. I'm not happy with the right winger situation at the club. I really want a new right winger. and also possibly a centre-back as well, and possibly a goalkeeper. So if I could sign 3 players, I'd sign a right winger, a centre-back, and a goalkeeper. Possibly a backup left winger as well. We shall see what happens. But yeah, no player is really not for sale, apart from Coric, Edson, probably Eladrissi as well. Other than that, I will consider offers for any player. But as I said, with the homegrown situation at the club, I'm not going to sell any homegrown players unless I can replace them with another homegrown player who is just as good, if not better. So only a select amount of players I can sell with that reasoning, unless, as I said, I can find that player. But we've got some money to spend. We've got like 60 million to spend. So I might go and try and find a new great right winger for us. We'll see what happens, I guess. But one thing is for sure, something needs to change next season. I'm thinking about tweaking the tactics a little bit as well. I don't know entirely what I'm going to do, but I'm thinking about moving it like this. Putting a segundo volante here instead of box-to-box midfielder. And maybe putting the other fullback on attack as well. We shall see what happens. But I need to try and tweak something, because although his tactics worked out quite well for us, it's not really taken us any further. You know, we've ended up being a team who can get in the mid-60s, low 70 points, but we want to be a team who can get in the mid-70s, high 70s, even possibly 80-point mark, so we can try and crack that top 4 and maybe put up a real title challenge again next season, past the 15-game mark. So, yeah, obviously things need to change, either personnel or slight tactical tweak. But yeah, that's the end of the season, I guess, and that's the end of this video as well. Obviously, it hasn't been amazing. Could have been a whole lot better again. The Carabao Cup, it opened up for us. We drew at home to Fulham 2-2, lost on penalties in the quarter-final. That was devastating. Got knocked down in the FA Cup to Blackburn in the 3rd round. Obviously, it's the 3rd round, so early stages, but we got to the final last season. To be knocked down in the 3rd round was quite devastating as well, and we all know what happened in the Europa League. That was absolutely disastrous. Absolutely disastrous again. Quarter-final loss in the Europa League, back-to-back. We've got another chance. Obviously, it would have been nice to get the Champions League football. We've got another chance to redeem ourselves in the Europa League next season. Can we actually go further than the quarter-final? Could we actually win the competition? And of course, the league as well. Ended up finishing 6th in the end, drawing at home to QPR 2-2, which was really disappointing. But all in all, it's been quite a disappointing season. But hopefully, from this point onwards, we're onwards and upwards. We've got a new stadium on the way. We've got £60 million to spend. There's some players I might sell, and some players hopefully I'll bring in as well. But yeah, that is the end of the video, guys. Please remember that if you do like this video, hit that like button for me. It's very important for the video's success. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. As I said, only 8 more to go, and then we get to 1,000. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.